This is Algebra 1, Lesson 20, Volume. We're going to be doing the first example in this section. A base of the right prism is the isosceles triangle shown. Now remember, when we're talking about an isosceles triangle, we're talking about a triangle that has at least two sides that are equal to each other. So if these two sides are equal, that would be an isosceles triangle. The height of the right prism is 6 centimeters. Find the volume of the right prism. So we know that it's going to be a three-dimensional figure. Its base is going to be an isosceles triangle like this. And we know what the height of it is. So here's our picture. Now I put this picture of the cheese because it kind of gave me I just felt like it would be helpful to have a real life example of what this looks like, okay? It also reminds me of those little shape sorters that little kids have where they pick up the little shape and they have to fit it into the different size holes and try to match it up. But this gives you an idea of what they're talking about. So we've got our isosceles triangle, and this is just basically an enlargement of the base. Okay, so it's this enlarged, and that would be the same thing down here because this is a prism, so the bases are going to be the same there. And then this, where you see here with this 8, that's telling me how tall this triangle is. Okay, that's not the height of this. Okay, it's not the height of the geometric solid. That height is 6 centimeters. Okay, so we could even say here that we know that this is 6 centimeters. What we really need, we know that our area for our volume, formula is the area of the base, okay, times the height. And these bases are going to be the same. So we need to know what the area of the base is. So let's do that. Since it's a triangle, we know that area equals the base times the height divided by 2, or you can say 1/2 the base times the height. Either would be fine. They're going to come out the same way. So the area, now we're doing volume, but to do volume of the geometric figure, we've got to find the area of the base, right? So don't get confused there. The area of this base is going to equal 1/2. Here we're going to use the word base again. So this is the base of this prism, but the base of my prism also has a base, and it's here, the base of the triangle. So that base of the triangle is 4. Okay, I know that's the base because the height is perpendicular to it. Okay, that's how I can know that it's the base. All right, and then the height of the triangle is 8. So let's go ahead and do that. 1/2 of 4 is 2 times 8 is 16. And our units were centimeters times centimeters. So this is square centimeters. That's my area of the base. So my volume is going to be the area of the base times the height. So let's go ahead and put in the area of the base, which is 16 square centimeters, and let's multiply that by the height, which they told us the height of the whole geometric solid is 6 centimeters. And then we can multiply that out. I know that my unit is going to be cubic centimeters, which is good because I'm doing volume and I want to know how many cubes are going to fit in there. And then I multiply 16 times 6 and I get 96. So the answer is 96 cubic centimeters.